Right now, if you're standing in front of a blackberry trellis that is absolutely loaded with berries like this one, I want you to understand something. That is the reward for the hard work that you put in fall and in winter. It is not what you did this spring, and that's the number one thing that homeowners get wrong about growing blackberries. The care decisions that determine your harvest happen after the berries are gone. After 25 years in the green industry, I'm going to walk you through exactly what your plants need, season by season, so that every summer it looks like this. Welcome back, everybody. My name is Dr. Tom Warren, and you're watching The Plant Doctor. Let's get into it. Before we get into the calendar of growing blackberries, I need to share something with you that is fundamental about blackberries. Blackberries are what we call biennial plants. Every cane lives exactly 2 years. In year one, the cane emerges from the crown, grows vegetatively, height, leaves, lateral branches, etc. This is called the prima cane. It does not fruit. It is the building structure and storing energy. In year two, the same cane, now called the flora cane, flowers, fruits, and then dies. It is done after that. No more fruiting cycle, no more production again. What you're seeing here growing along this trellis are flora canes. These are 2-year-old canes that are producing fruit. Here behind me, these are prima canes. These came up this spring and they will be next year's fruiting branches. The prima canes will produce next year's harvest. That is why year-round management matters so much. You're always managing 2 generations of canes at the same time. Let's start in spring when the plant is beginning to come out of dormancy. Your flora canes begin to put on more vegetative growth and also flower buds. At the same time, your prima canes are starting to come up out of the ground. Both of these processes happen simultaneously, and you need to manage both. Fertilizing, as soon as you see active bud swell on your flora canes, apply a balanced fertilizer like a triple 10 or a triple 12. I use about a half a pound of actual nitrogen per 100 square foot of row. The fertilizer is applied directly to the drip line, kept away from the crown of the plant, and is watered in immediately. Here's a pro tip for you. Do not over apply nitrogen during the spring. I've seen homeowners pile nitrogen onto blackberries thinking more is better. What you get is an explosive prima cane growth at the direct expense of the quality of the fruit on the flora canes. Keep your fertilizers balanced. The science backs this up. Irrigation. Get your irrigation set before bud break. Blackberries want 1 to 2 inches of water per week during the growing season. Drip irrigation at the crown is ideal. However, you can also hand water as well if you do not have drip irrigation available. Do your best to keep the water off the foliage of the plant. This is going to reduce disease pressure. Training prima canes. As those new prima canes emerge from the crown and with a thornless variety on a 3-wire trellis like you see here, this is very manageable. Do not ignore them. I've seen homeowners let prima canes flop through the air in the spring, and by midsummer they're tangled, unmanageable, and just an absolute mess. As they reach 12 to 24 inches tall, begin tying them loosely onto your first guide wire. Get them oriented early. Late spring to early summer is what I call the payoff period for blackberries. This is the moment where all your hard work is going to be rewarded with copious amounts of huge blackberries. Here's where things get interesting. Most homeowners pick blackberries the moment they turn black, but the full ripeness of a blackberry is just not about color. It's what I call the dull black test. A berry that is shiny and firm is not quite there yet. A berry that has turned a matte, dull black color and pulls cleanly off the stem with almost no resistance, zero tugging, that is the perfectly ripe blackberry. The sugar content is peak. Pick every 2 to 3 days during production. Leaving overripe berries on the plant is an open invitation for pest and fungal diseases. Additionally, if you have lots of birds in your yard, you may want to consider what I've done here, bird netting. Birds absolutely love blackberries, and they will eat them off the trellis before they even turn black. Irrigation during fruiting. I want to be honest with you about this. Inconsistent water during fruit development is one of the top reasons homeowners are disappointed in their harvest. Water stress during this window gives you small, seedy berries with poor flavor. Keep that 1 to 2 inches per week absolutely consistent during the whole fruiting period. Prima cane management. Here's something most homeowners completely overlook. While the flora canes are loaded with fruit, those prima canes are growing fast. On a 3-wire trellis like you see here, I recommend splitting the primocanes down one side or the other. Take the first primocane and go to the left. Take the second primocane and go to the right. Balance them evenly on your trellis. A pro tip for you about training primocanes in the summer. Once your primocanes reach 3 to 4 feet tall, like you see here, you can cut the tops of them out, and that is going to encourage lateral growth. You can take the lateral growth and grow some of it down the right-hand side of your trellis and some of it down the left-hand side of your trellis as well. On a thornless variety like you see here, this one step can increase yield by 30 to 40%. And I've seen it play out time and time again over my 25 years in the green industry. The fall season is the most important season when growing blackberries, and this is where most homeowners miss up. The plant is going dormant. There's no longer any fruit, but there's things we can do in the fall that can set us up for great success for next spring or quietly sabotage the crop. If you haven't already removed the spent fluorocanes, you need to do so immediately. Preferably you do this after harvest. As soon as the fluorocane has finished fruiting, cut it to the ground, not to the first wire, not 18 inches above the ground, all the way to the ground. These canes are completely done. They draw resources from the plant that harbor disease. They clutter your trellis for no reason. Remove them, rake up all the debris, and get it out of the planting area. I've had clients tell me that they like to leave the canes up in the winter because it gives the plant structure. And I understand that completely, but for every day that we leave the canes on, we are potentially harming the harvest for next spring. Train your primocanes properly. Once those fluorocanes are out, you've got a clean, open trellis space. Tie them to soft-coated wires or a jute wire, never rigid wire that can dig into the cane. Aim for 4 to 6 primocanes per plant. If you have more than that, select the most vigorous varieties and remove the extras to the ground. More canes does not equal more berries. What more canes actually equal is more competition and less air circulation. Fall fertilizing. A light application of low nitrogen, higher potassium fertilizer in early fall helps harden the canes going into winter. I use a 5-10-10 or a 6-24-24. Avoid heavy nitrogen now. It pushes tender new growth that cold temperatures could damage. If you're finding this information helpful, hit the like button below. It helps other people find this information that might really need it. Also, if you haven't subscribed yet, consider doing so. I put out a video once a week based on 25 years of real-world green industry experience. Let's get back into it. Winter care, December and January. The plant is dormant, the canes are bare. And this is where I see the most neglect from homeowners, but it's also where I see the most potential for having a great, successful crop next spring. Lateral pruning, the most skipped step in blackberry care. Your primocanes, now overwintered and becoming fluorocanes for the coming season, have lateral branches. Those laterals grew as a result of the tipping we did in the summer. Before bud break in late February or early spring, you need to shorten every single one of these laterals. Here's the general rule. Shorten every lateral 12 to 18 inches. I know it feels like you're taking away potential, but you're not. Long, weak laterals produce small berries on stems that can barely support them. Short, vigorous laterals produce large, heavy berries that are in clusters and are strong. Let me be precise about this because it matters. Start at the tip of each lateral and cut back 18 inches from where it connects to the main cane. Ideally, clean cuts at 45-degree angles just above a bud or node. Winter is also the ideal time for trellis inspection while your plant is dormant. Walk your trellis in January. Check wire tension, replace any broken ties, make sure the posts are firmly set. A fully leafed and fruiting blackberry trellis in July carrying heavy canes plus the wind load puts real stress on your structure. This is the time to address it. Winter is also the ideal time to mulch your blackberries. 2 to 3 inches of a bark mulch or 2 to 3 inches of some sort of pine straw is ideal for blackberries. Mulching moderates soil temperature, retains moisture going into spring, and feeds the soil as the mulch breaks down. Keep the mulch away from the crown itself. Crown rot is a real problem when mulch is piled directly against the cane base. In closing, I want to give you the 5 mistakes that I see most homeowners make when growing blackberry bushes. Mistake 1, leaving spent fluorocanes on the plant. Cut every one of them to the ground after harvest, every single one. Mistake 2, ignoring primicanes during the growing season. Train them, tip them, manage them while they grow. Mistake 3, skipping lateral pruning in winter. This single step has more impact on berry size and cluster density than almost anything else you can do. Mistake 4, over-applying nitrogen, a balanced fertilizer in the spring and low nitrogen formula in the fall. That is all you need. Mistake 5, inconsistent irrigation during fruit development. Your berries will tell you immediately if you fall behind on watering. A thornless blackberry variety on a 3-wire trellis, like you see here, can be some of the most rewarding fruit that you can grow in the residential landscape. Guys, as always, thank you for watching The Plant Doctor, and until next time, happy gardening.